The BJP government in Haryana finds itself on the back foot, and so does Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini. For the past few days, one issue is gaining traction in the northern state, and that is the death of a senior IPS officer, 52-year-old Puran Kumar. He was a 2001 batch IPS officer holding an ADG rank, that is, an Additional Director General of Police. That is the second highest rank in a state's police force, only next to the DGP or the Director General of Police. His last posting was Inspector General at the Police Training Center in Rohtak's Sunaria. 7 days back, that is on the 7th of October, Kumar's body was found at his residence in Chandigarh. He allegedly shot himself in the head using his service revolver. In his final or suicide note, Kumar made a shocking revelation. He alleged that more than 10 senior officials, including the DGP of Haryana and a couple of IAS officers, harassed him, humiliated him for years, and also that Kumar, who's a Dalit, also faced caste-based discrimination at the hands of these police officials. That was the biggest claim in his suicide note. The death of Kumar has sent shockwaves in Haryana circles. His wife, who was a senior IAS officer in the Haryana government, is locked in a bitter battle with the Saini government. She wants the government to punish all officers named in the suicide note, starting right from the DGP of Haryana. The state government, after initial jitter, has promised to act. The Congress party has also taken on the government on the issue. In fact, Congress MP and Lok Sabha LOP Rahul Gandhi visited the deceased corp's family. He urged the Saini government to protect the family of the deceased and ensure full justice is done. Now, the death of Kumar and the subsequent developments have brought the spotlight on a lot of issues: corruption in the system, treatment of honest officers, and most importantly, caste discrimination and bias in the police force. Amidst all of this, a new twist has also emerged in this case today. So we'll try and take you through all these developments from the state of Haryana. Hello and welcome, I'm Shubham Chauhan. Let's get started. So first, let's give you the latest before we tell you about the story of Puran Kumar. Now today, as we are recording this, news has come in of another police officer dying by suicide. Assistant Sub-Inspector Sandeep Kumar. He was posted in Rohtak's cyber cell and investigating a corruption case against Puran Kumar. Sandeep Kumar shot himself dead with his service revolver in a field in Rohtak. His body was recovered by the police just a short while back. He has left behind a 6.5-minute video message and a 3-page suicide note. There, Sandeep Kumar has alleged that Puran Kumar was a corrupt cop and died by suicide because he feared that his alleged corruption would be exposed. He also went on to allege that Puran Kumar hijacked the system by using caste politics in order to evade accountability. In the video that is now going viral on social media, Sandeep Kumar said that after YS Puran Kumar was posted in the Rohtak range, he began replacing clean and honest cops with corrupt officers. Now, the ASI, that is Sandeep Kumar, was part of the team investigating the case involving Sushil Kumar, who was the gunman of IPS officer Puran Kumar. The allegations are that this gunman was taking a 2.5 lakh rupee bribe from a local liquor contractor. Reports say the contractor had met Puran Kumar after a gangster threatened him. When allegations of bribery came to light, the IPS officer tried to give it a caste angle and then eventually died by suicide. Sandeep said that, in his suicide note that is, he said that he's sacrificing his life for truth. The ASI also praised Rohtak Police SP Narendra Bijarnia in his final video message. Now, Bijarnia is one of the 10 officers, or more than 10 officers, that Puran Kumar had named in his suicide note. And as pressure mounted on the Haryana government, Bijarnia has since been transferred. Which brings us to the case of Puran Kumar. Like I said, October 7th, he was found dead at his government accommodation in Chandigarh. In the note he left behind, these included allegations of caste-based discrimination in the police force, targeted mental harassment and humiliation. Puran Kumar named some IPS and IAS officers who he claims tortured him for years. These include the SP of Rohtak, former DGPs, and some former ADGPs. Now, just to briefly take you through the list of officers that have been mentioned, first is Shatrujit Kapoor, who's the DGP of Haryana, Amitabh Dhillon, who's the ADGP of the 1997 batch, Sanjay Kumar, ADGP 1997 batch, Pankaj Nain, IGP of the 2007 batch, Kala Ramchandran, IPS of the 1994 batch, Sandeep Khirwar, who's then CP of Gurugram 1995 batch, Subhash Kabiraj, then JCP, Joint CP of Gurugram 1999 batch, Manoj Yadava, former DGP 1988 batch, P.K. Agarwal, former DGP, and Narendra Bijarnia, the man we just mentioned, Rohtak SP, and lastly TVSN Prasad, who's the former Chief Secretary of Haryana. Now, Kumar alleged that harassment from these officials that we just mentioned began in August 2020. He alleged that some officers were accused of initiating fake cases, denying him rightful perks like housing, withdrawing his official government vehicle without reason, maligning his image through fake complaints, and these complaints, he said, tarnished his reputation and hurt his annual confidential report. Why Puran Kumar's suicide note has sent shockwaves in Haryana's police ranks, and his wife, IAS officer Amneet Kumar, was out of the country as part of a delegation that the Haryana CM had taken when he was abroad. And once the death of her husband came to light, she wrote an urgent letter to the Chief Minister of Haryana, Nayab Singh Saini. Her demand was straightforward and clear: punish those responsible for her husband's death and give the family lifelong security. In fact, the family has refused to give consent to Puran Kumar's postmortem and funeral. They said they won't do it until an FIR was filed. The FIR was subsequently filed by the Chandigarh police a couple of days later. On 10th October, Amneet wrote to the Chandigarh Senior Superintendent of Police. She said that there were irregularities in the FIR and some sections of the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act was diluted. More importantly, the DGP was not named in the initial FIR, is what the reports are saying. Then, after the deceased cop's wife wrote to the Chandigarh police on the 12th of October added the charges that Amneet was pushing for. In fact, in her complaint, the IAS officer also alleged that just before her husband's death, a false case was registered at the Urban Estate Police Station in Rohtak against one of her husband's staff members on the directions of senior officers. We just mentioned to you about the case of the gunman where he was allegedly caught taking bribe. Now, the deceased cop's wife's claim that her husband was being deliberately and falsely framed in this case, and this, coupled with all the harassment that he had already faced, pushed him to eventually take the extreme step where he shot himself in his house. That Rohtak police complaint, like I said, we've already told you in the beginning, where his gunman was caught allegedly taking a bribe. Now, as the suicide of this senior IPS officer came to light, several Dalit groups also began asking questions from the Haryana government. And within days, you had the Chief Minister of Haryana, Nayab Singh Saini, visiting the residence of Kumar, and he assured the family full justice. In fact, such has been the heat on the BJP government in Haryana that a scheduled visit of Prime Minister Modi to celebrate 1 year of the Nayab Saini government has been cancelled. Now, no official reason has been given for the cancellation, but the context is obvious. As for who Kumar is, just to give you a background on how his conduct has been in the forces, this Indian Express report gives us an idea. The report says that Kumar was known to be very vocal and proactive when it came to matters relating to administration and the rights of police officers. He was also among those who pushed for transparent functioning of the system. As an officer, Kumar, the report says, never shied away from taking up the difficult and hard postings that a police officer gets. And he was someone who was very vocal on the issue of more representation of the scheduled caste in the police force. Visiting the deceased cop's family today, Lok Sabha LOP Rahul Gandhi too spoke about caste discrimination. He said that a Dalit faced plenty of challenges as he or she went up the ladder in their respective professions.
और ये बिल्कुल क्लियर है कि 10-15 दिन से नहीं, 6-7 मतलब सालों से सिस्टमैटिक डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहा है. इस अफसर को डिमोरलाइज करने के लिए, करियर डैमेज करने के लिए, रेप्यूटेशन डैमेज करने के लिए सिस्टमैटिकली दूसरे अफसर काम कर रहे थे. तो ये सिर्फ एक परिवार का मामला नहीं है. देश में करोड़ों दलित भाई बहन हैं, उनको गलत मैसेज जा रहा है. क्या मैसेज जा रहा है? कि आप कितने भी सक्सेसफुल हो, कितने भी इंटेलिजेंट हो, कितने भी कैपेबल हो, अगर आप दलित हो, आपको दबाया जा सकता है, आपको कुचला जा सकता है, आपको फेंका जा सकता है और ये हमारे लिए एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है। तो मेरा मैसेज है एज एलओपी टू प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया, टू चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ हरियाणा, आपने इन दो बेटियों को जो कमिटमेंट दिया है इसको आप पूरा कीजिए और जो इनका फ्यूनरल है, पापा का फ्यूनरल है, उसको होने दीजिए और ये तमाशा अब बंद करिए।
As for the Haryana government, it has taken two immediate steps in a clear bid to diffuse public anger. One, they've ordered the transfer of the SP of Rohtak, Narendra Bijarnia, which we just told you. And two, the DGP of Haryana, Shatrujit Kapoor, has been sent on leave. Both men were named in the suicide note of deceased officer Kumar. And this came after a 31-member committee formed seeking justice for the corpse family gave the Haryana government a 48-hour ultimatum to act against the Haryana DGP Kapoor and Rohtak SP Bijarnia. They've demanded the arrest of the officers in question as well, but that hasn't happened yet. Separately, on the investigation front, an SIT has been formed by the Chandigarh DGP to probe the death of the IPS officer. Expect more developments in the case to happen, especially with what we've seen today, that is the suicide of another police officer, adding another layer to this story altogether. That's all we have for this report. Thanks for watching.